So, as you know, Judge Torres in the Southern District of New York considered XRP by Ripple Labs and found that the sales of tokens to institutional investors,
the fintech ecosystem and even traditional banks will feel comfortable using this technology as a way to move money around. And so it's critical, it's happening, and it's, I think, going to be a huge catalyst for the adoption of secure their wealth and more easily and efficiently move money.
Forces everyone to say, what does this mean for us if this actually happens? So everybody's paying attention. You're just not at the point yet where you've got kind of banks and asset managers.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be gold. But since central banks in over 100 countries already hold gold as part of their international reserves, it seems a good, neutral reserve asset.
Most market makers will use XRP because as a currency without a counterparty, it is a completely unique thing in the protocol. It'd be much better to go Nepalese rupee to XRP through a market maker, and then there's some other market maker that has made a market between Kenyan shilling and XRP.
There's a danger here of being a futurist, and being a futurist is fine if you're willing to wait 5-10 years, but if you're an investor, you need addressable opportunities that are going to provide return over the next 6, 12, 18 months.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRP army.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, smashing them likeys, stuffing some bags. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up. There's a futures extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We have the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.45 trillion, up about 1% in the past 24. We got the total cryptocurrency trading volume the last day around 57.3 billion. We got XRP in that number 5 spot, right around 61 cents. We got Stellar XLM in the number 25 spot, right around 11-12 cents. BTC 36,692. We got ETH right around 1960. We got XDC right around a nickel. Flare Networks right around a penny, and we got Songbird 00412. We got one from the Digital Pound Foundation to kick things off. Singapore Central Bank launching live trials for wholesale digital currency. Singapore Central Bank is launching live trials for a wholesale CBDC, which will test components such as tokenized bank liabilities for retail payments. First demonstrated at the Singapore FinTech Festival at 2023. We got one from Jeremy Hogan. The SEC pat answers when asked hard questions about crypto regulation is deceptive.
So, as you know, Judge Torres in the Southern District of New York considered XRP by Ripple Labs and found that the sales of tokens to institutional investors were actually securities because they were directly negotiated with the understanding that proceeds from these sales will be reinvested into the enterprise. Obviously, these were exempt transactions, but the first one question was that contract involved a security. But on the other hand, she found that sales to the public in anonymous transactions over crypto exchanges, these were not securities because investors did not buy from Ripple and they were not responding to any marketing campaign. So that's what Judge Torres found. On the other hand, Judge Rakoff did not fall in line with that reading, and he argued that no such distinction can arise because if there's a public campaign for the tokens, it draws no distinction on whether it is on the type of purchaser, institutional or retail. So I know you cannot comment on current cases, but I was hoping you could expand on the factors the SEC considers when it approaches this question.
Sure. I mean, you're right. I can't comment on pending litigation, and there is a lot of pending litigation right now. But I think there's not a lawyer in the room that you're in or a lawyer that practices in this space or a court that really struggles to find the framework that we use to determine whether or not something constitutes a security in this space. In this case, in the crypto space, all the attorneys in this room, all the attorneys counseling crypto issuers look to the Howey test. And Howey, based on a seminal Supreme Court case from 1946 and decades of case law since, it defines what, or gives us the framework of determining what constitutes an investment contract and therefore a security under the federal securities laws. And that's really the point of Howey. Whether or not something is a security doesn't depend on the label you give it. It doesn't depend on
John Dean says, I would have loved to been on a panel with Senator Enforcer Director or speak at a conference while he sat in the audience, preferably next to Gary Gensler. Then they would have been forced to listen to something they avoid at all costs, including while testifying under oath, the truth. Meanwhile, $13 network fee to transfer $100 BTC might get there in 30 minutes. But Bitcoin's the future. Meanwhile, the XRP ledger, like clockwork, continues to work faster, cheaper, more efficiently, scalable. XRP ledger successfully closed the 84th millionth ledger a few moments ago. BTC who? ETH who? We got 707 crypto. 2024 is the year of the global stablecoin regulations and the power of the digital dollar.
So a digital dollar like USDC can play a really important role in enabling those transaction flows to happen between their ecosystems and the rest of the world. And sort of like when in the early internet, we all had our own email systems, and then the internet mail protocols made it possible for us to send emails to each other no matter what system we used. And so dollar stablecoins like USDC can be that kind of connective settlement mechanism to enable different fintech apps to talk to each other and settle transactions between each other. Singapore has been an early leader on the global stage in thinking about stablecoin regulations. And right now, they've issued their framework for stablecoin regulations. Circle has become a regulated stablecoin operator now in Singapore, and there'll be new rules that we'll have to comply with, in the future. But all around the world, and in Asia specifically, Japan recently finalized their stablecoin regulations. Hong Kong is issuing guidelines and is expected to put in force their stablecoin regulations in the first half of next year. Singapore, the same thing, and so Europe, UK, all these major financial market centers are basically putting in place very clear policies on how stablecoins can be used in the financial system. That's critical. So once you have that regulatory clarity and you have those laws in force, then the fintech ecosystem and even traditional banks will feel comfortable using this technology as a way to move money around. And so it's critical. It's happening, and it's, I think, going to be a huge catalyst for the adoption of stablecoins like USDC as we go into next year. People want to store value in dollars. They want to store value in digital dollars. Their local currencies and banking systems aren't as effective in some ways. And there's sort of the power of a digital dollar is you can hold it in the palm of your hand, so to speak. You can transmit it peer to peer with people anywhere in the world, just like you can send a text message. And so it really it's very empowering, right, to households to be able to store value in dollars, or SMEs to be able to transact with different parts of their ecosystems, whether they're in Africa or Latin America or China or wherever. The sort of growth in dollar stablecoins has really helped individuals to be able to secure their wealth and more easily and efficiently move money without having such a toll on those transactions that you've historically seen in things like cross-border remittances.
Welcome to the internet of value. We got one from Riz XRP, not quite at that point yet. BlackRock, Robbie Mitchell, ex-Ripple employee. Shout out, Crypto Eddie.
Most people recognize that out of all the developments in the blockchain and digital assets ecosystem, DeFi is potentially the most transformative, right? It's also, in some ways, the furthest afield from being able to kind of have widespread adoption. But unlike, in the early days, permission blockchain use case here or crypto here, there's not one institution in finance who doesn't have some path to being disrupted by DeFi, right? So everything else has been a mix of kind of opportunities and maybe threats. DeFi forces everyone to say, what does this mean for us if this actually happens? So everybody's paying attention. You're just not at the point yet where you've got kind of banks and asset managers engaging.
We got one from Linda P. Jones, says this. Thank you, Crypto Basic. Projected to hit 30 trillion by 2030, the tokenization industry has become a hot topic in the crypto scene with projects like Floki looking to jump on it. Anthony Welford's Ripple CBDC advisor revealed in July that Ripple aims to transform the real estate industry through tokenization. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. They can't stop it. We got one from Gold Telegraph. Since the central banks in over 100 countries already hold gold as part of their international reserves, it is a neutral reserve asset. Judy Shelton.
We could offer a treasury debt instrument that included a gold convertibility feature. Why gold? It doesn't have to be gold. But since central banks in over 100 countries already hold gold as part of their international reserves, it seems a good, neutral reserve asset. And in my mind, a way to avoid political resentments. So let's imagine a U.S. Treasury instrument that works like this. On the day of maturity, the holder of the Treasury bond would be entitled to receive back either the face value of the bond or a pre-specified amount of gold. Now, we'll say that again. The day the bond matures, the bondholder gets back either the face value on the bond or else a pre-specified amount of gold. It is their option.
We got XRP Daily. Chris Larson says what we believe will happen is that most market makers and feeling out the world of exchanges value from anything of value, currencies, merchant, reward points, airline miles, gold, silver, anything that you define has value. Most markets will utilize XRP, the bridge.
So, for example, somebody could decide, I'm going to make a market between United Airline miles, if, once United Airline miles are on Ripple, I hope they will be someday, to Brazilian real. You could go directly. You don't actually have to go through XRP. But what we believe will happen is that most market makers, in filling out the world of exchanging value from anything of value, again, currencies, merchant reward points, airline miles, gold, silver, anything that you define as value, most people will actually, most market makers will use XRP. Because as a currency without a counterparty, it is a completely unique thing in the protocol, just like Bitcoin is completely unique. So again, our view of why math-based currencies are so valuable isn't necessarily that they replace existing currencies, it's just that they have a very unique feature in that they have no counterparty. So the whole world, the world only has to think about one thing when it comes to Bitcoin or Ripple, is the price in any microsecond in time. You never have to think about the counterparty risks. Turns out that is a completely unique thing that's never existed before. So why is that important? Let's say we use the example of a farmer in Nepal wanting to buy farming equipment from a supplier in Kenya, let's say. If you didn't have the math-based currency, even in an internet for value, you'd probably have to go Nepalese rupee to Indian rupee to British pounds to Kenyan shilling. That's a lot of hops.
Right, and you're going to lose a good amount of money on each hop.
You lose value on every hop, right? Because you're involving currencies with counterparties, things of value with counterparty. It'd be much better to go Nepalese rupee to XRP through a market maker, and then there's some other market maker that has made a market between Kenyan shilling and XRP. Now, Nepal and Kenya are one hop away. You're actually one hop away from airline miles, and everything is one hop away. That's why a math-based currency, we think, is really unique and really has value.
Excellent.
We're just one hop away. XRP, the universal immutable bridge. XRP is clearly shaking the system. Know what you hold. We got Mr. Matt XRP. There's been a fine line between speculator and investor. Take a step back and ask yourself, which are you? What are you here for? Are you here to speculate or make money?
Yeah, I mean, that's the key point. It depends on who the investor is and what they're trying to achieve and their risk appetite. I mean, I would say the point about tokenization and the application of DLT technology, there's a danger here of being a futurist, and being a futurist is fine if you're willing to wait 5-10 years. But if you're an investor, you need addressable opportunities that are going to provide return over the next 6, 12, 18 months. And whereas I would agree that the future is inevitably going to be the adoption of DLT technology and tokenization across traditional markets and tokenization of real world assets, the time that's going to take in reality, I think, is a 5 to 10 year time frame. And, the danger is that people get too excited too soon about the real speed at which this can happen, because the network effect required for everyone to start trading and holding tokens, it feels like we're a long way away from that. And as we know, central markets infrastructure providers are necessarily very conservative when it comes to new technology adoption. It has to be battle tested for many, many years before a CSD or a regulated exchange in the traditional world is going to adopt it. So whereas I agree the direction, I think it's also very important to calibrate for speed. And there's always been the danger in this industry of overexcitement and assuming things are going to move much faster than in reality they can.
Distributed ledger technologies, anybody? Looks like you're going to need some more of that XRP, XLM, XRP up and running since 2012. Over 80 million ledgers closed. The superior technology. Got one from XRP Scan. They say, we reworked the XRP originally so it's sorted out by total beneficiary balance plus escrow. Hope this would bring larger accounts such as the Ripple 27 out in the spotlight. And you can check it out here at xrpscan.com. Top XRP by XRP balance. Sentiment feed. Crypto market caps have temporarily run out of steam after a huge 4-week rallies. In our mid-month November market report, we take a look at Bitcoin supply moving off exchanges and how the crowd will impact prices the rest of the year. We got one from XRPCrypto. The upcoming monthly close holds immense significance. Bearish outlook. And we got the bearish outlook. XRP teeters on the edge of the Fib 0.5. If November concludes below it, coupled with the bearish candle formation, brace yourself. XRP's potential drift into the yellow triangle territory. And we got the bullish outlook. Should XRP clinch this month's close above the 0.5 Fib, specifically around 60 to 61 cents, it'll mark the first time the candle closure in an upward trend. Previous closures were in a downward trend, recalling the December 2017 candle's top blow off in April of 2021 Bullrun candle. The closure sets the groundwork. XRP's monthly price won't revisit these ranges. It's akin to constructing a tower foundation. It takes time and remain unseen by the public. Much like XRP's trajectory, XRP Army Stay Ready, $27 will form a sturdy bedrock for the future prices. And we got one from XRP Drops. What do these 3 XRP charts have in common? All indications are that the breakout is imminent. The triangle has been stretching the XRP chart like a spring since 2018. The takeoff will unleash enormous power. Could be setting up for a 2017-2018 massive 3 moonshot push for XRP. And we got Coins Kid. We may be seeing a potential inverse head and shoulders forming here for XLM. Invalidations losing the head as support, green line, corrective waves. And with that being said, we got Dark Defender, corrective structure in the 4-hour time frame is over. XRP is in the oversold area now. We can expect to move to 66.49 first. Our 5th wave structure has not been invalidated because XRP closed above the 61.31 daily time frame. Weekly time frame in progress. We will check whether it closes below 61.31. 87 cents to $1.05 is still in play. Cheers, Bagman and Bag Ladies. XRP, you know what's coming. They know what's coming. Where will you be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price finally gets revealed? Later glitches. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likeys for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD. Buy up those bags. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below. Drop an elbow on that like button from the top ropes. Catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghosts. Later, glitches.
Welcome to the party. This a moon party. Hey, this a moon party. Hey, welcome to the party.